greatest number of planes ever sent on a daylight mission by the 8th Air Force were flown to Wilhelmshaven. Backed up by other heavyweight attacks elsewhere, which came soon after, Germany received 4,000 tons of bombs in 24 hours. Selected targets methodically rubbed out by terrific concentrations of bombers. Into the general story of Allied air power come these combat pictures taken at the precise moment when fighter pilots record their kills. Selected targets which come into the gun sights of Allied airmen, be they enemy aircraft, shipping or ground objectives. Tail damage to one of the returning forts heading back to base after the attack on Wilhelmshaven. Only 5 heavy bombers were lost during this record blow. Others brought home heavy scars to testify to the sky battle which raged over Germany's naval base. A Thunderbolt makes a crash landing after an encounter, one of the aircraft which helped to screen the bombers from German interceptors. Now let's switch to the German reply to all this. Here is a street corner in a London suburb after a Nazi raider had dumped his load. The achievement which called forth the announcement from Berlin that German bombers dropped heavy bombs on selected targets in the London area. Their selected targets happened to be a dance hall, a milk bar, and a public house. The process of destroying Germany's war centers is carried a step further as an American-built aerodrome is handed over by General Eaker to Air Chief Marshal R.A.F. Harris. This joint Anglo-American ceremony tells again of the great get-together working plan of the Allied air commands. The actual act of handing over is performed by representatives of the lowest ranks of the two forces.
It is my privilege to present to you this scroll of the record of the American engineers.
Thank you, Private Downs. You have done an excellent job of building this field. Your work will not be forgotten by us, and when we fly away from here, we shall think of you who were responsible for building it.
On more than one occasion, we have heard Air Chief Marshal Harris refer to the smashing of Germany from the air. Today, he has this to say.
We propose to entirely emasculate every enemy center of war production if necessary. We are well on the way now to that end. There are possibly 40 centers which are absolutely vital to the production of war materials to the Germans. There are about 50 which are of considerable import to them. They are altogether possibly not more than 100. And we are, as I say, well on the way to their destruction. But there's one thing that I would like to issue a warning on. It is certainly not necessary to warn you here today, but that is lest we develop in our countries any false sense of security due to the apparent progress of the war at this moment. War is a race, and the prize is victory. And a man who looks back over his shoulder and thinks he's got a lead may have nasty surprises coming to him. Now is not the time in any way to ease up, but to put on what indeed may prove sooner perhaps than some of us think the final spurt